Hello everyone, welcome back to Snap Bolt. If you are interested in checking out some sweet Magic content, want to see some other formats, anything like that, check out my channel. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. I'd really appreciate it. That being said, this is a modern league here, and I'm really excited about this deck. I'm going to be playing in the Modern Challenge tomorrow, and I wanted to test this deck tonight before I play in that, because if this deck just goes really well, or it feels really powerful, even if I don't do well, I'm going to consider playing it. This deck is basically just modern Ponza. We're like a Magus of the Moon deck. We're playing Seasoned Pyromancer. And then we're accelerating into these 3-drops with Arbor Elf, Birds of Paradise, Utopia Sprawl. And we're basically just like T2 Magus is like a really strong play for us. But the difference between this deck and most is I'm just running Stoneforge Mystic. So this is obviously a white card, not the best with Magus, but we have Sprawl, Birds, and just like our fetch lands to be able to cast the white card. This deck was just missing a little something, I thought, and before the deck had no good 2-drops, so adding Stoneforge to the deck seems like it'll be really strong. Just being able to Stoneforge for Batterskull, Sword of Fire and Ice, or I'm trying Embercleave. I don't know if this is good enough, but it seems like a pretty strong way, just like with Seasoned Pyromancer or putting it on a Bloodbraid Elf. And you can tutor it with Stoneforge just to straight kill them, and putting on a Glorybringer or the one Inferno Titan is just like the dream. But it's a pretty straightforward Ponza deck. A couple Clothis because this card is really good, especially right now. Just being able to exile their Uro from their graveyard is nice. And that's the deck. I'm trying the Sword of Fire and Ice over the Feast and Famine. I think this is definitely better for the main deck, especially in this style of deck where you're trying to just like drawing an extra card and dealing 2 is huge. Untapping your lands might not necessarily be as good in this list. Moving to the sideboard, I think Rest in Peace is really well positioned right now. Dredge is decent, but also being able to bring in a couple just against these like Uro control decks seems really nice. So I'm running the full 4 on the side. 1 Stony Silence just because this card's really strong. I have a Sword of Feast and Famine in the board. It's not my favorite to have a sword in the sideboard. But I think against Jund, this is really nice to have, or just whenever like any black-green X deck, it's nice to have access to. I don't really want it in the main deck. I'm usually going to be getting Batterskull, Sword of Fire and Ice, or even just Embercleave over it. This might just be wrong. This sideboard is kind of thrown together. 3 Obstinate Baloth. This is for burn, but also Jund, just because now they have Liliana and Clothis. So being able to put this in from one of those, I think, is really strong. And then a lot of hate for the snow control decks in 3 chokes, just trying to really choke them out. T2 choke is like our game plan, and a boil. And then a couple pillage for the big mana decks. We can also bring in choke and boil if they're a Dryad of the Elysian Grove deck. So we have a lot of hate for those decks. So that's where I'm starting with the board. We don't have any Angers. We don't have any Abrades or extra bolts on the side. This is a pretty clunky board, it looks like right now, but hopefully it'll pan out for us. And I'll see you in round 1. Let's go. All right, everyone, welcome to round 1. We're here with this Ponza deck with Stoneforge, Naya midrange, whatever you want to call it. And we're against Jiriax. I have no idea how to pronounce it. His hand looks pretty bad, but I think I'm going to keep. If we draw any land, we can T3 Chandra. If we draw a 3-drop, we can cast it. I'm going to keep. We're on the draw, so we have 2 draw steps before our second turn to draw some gas. Oh man. This can be a rough matchup if they're Prowess or if they're Burn, just because like he can kill our Arbor Elf here and then we just don't do anything. And if we draw Stoneforge Mystic, we can't cast it yet. Alright, Windswept Teeth. I'm going to just lead Forest Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. When I originally brewed the deck, I also had Rabblemaster and Arkham's Astrolabe, but Sunbait Canyon makes me think it's just straight burn. But then I decided with some help from my brother, this to run Seasoned Pyromancer and the Birds of Paradise over the Astrolabe. It just makes more sense. And I think just Seasoned Pyromancer is just pretty strong right now. Well, hopefully we draw a 3-drop here. Like Seasoned Pyromancer would be ideal. Make a bunch of blockers. Could discard like Land Glorybringer. Probably won't need multiple Glorybringers to win this match, but to win this game, but maybe we will. I'm expecting like an Eidolon here. And I'm probably planning to just a Windswept Heath for Sacred Foundry. It's better to have the Snow Basics. Oh, Kiln Fiend. So this might just, yeah, this looks like it's just Prowess. Oh man, it's unfortunate. Okay, there's Seasoned Pyromancer. So now, kind of unfortunate, but I actually have to get Stomping Ground in order to make double red. Because Arbor Elf can only untap forests. So I need to get a forest that also produces red, which is Stomping Ground. Yes. And then go red, untap it. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard 2 cards. I also don't think I can discard double Glorybringer. I just can't do that. So I think I have to discard Glorybringer plus Forest. I can't discard Chandra either because I need to play that next turn. So it's between Mountain and Forest here. I think it's safer to discard Mountain, or to discard Forest, excuse me, yeah. And I drew Bolt plus Stomping Ground. That's actually pretty good. I have 2 blockers for this Kiln Fiend here. Just don't think I could discard double Glorybringer and just leave myself with a bunch of lands just to make another 1/1. So, I mean, drawing this was insane. Now he has to like bolt this, and then he can hit us for a lot of damage, but then we can potentially just play Chandra, kill Kiln Fiend, and stabilize. Chandra, kill Kiln Fiend, next turn play Glorybringer. Or I can go potentially Chandra plus into Bolt, but that's doesn't seem as good. Swift Spear, okay. I mean, hopefully he doesn't have a kill spell for this Seasoned Pyromancer. That'd be unlikely, but yeah, he does. Hopefully he doesn't have a land plus another spell. And the question is now, am I blocking this Kiln Fiend? I feel like the answer is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'd be going to 7. I would get to gain 4 life, but the problem is if I Chandra minus, he just gets like a free attack at Chandra. I think I am going to block. I think it's worth. Next turn I'm just going to go Chandra, kill Kiln Fiend. It's just the most mana efficient play. This is like a matchup where you want 4 bolts in the deck and we only have 2. So I just go Mountain. Play Chandra minus on Kiln Fiend, and that'll kill Kiln Fiend. Gain us at least 1 more life, maybe 2. So that's not bad. 4 mana, kill Kiln Fiend, gain 2 life is pretty much where we want to be. And then we can go Glorybringer, Exert, kill another creature. If we draw another card we can cast, we can also just bolt something plus play another spell. Magus of the Moon coming out in this matchup. Maybe we'll definitely bring in the Obstinate Baloths. It's nice that we have Stoneforge in this matchup as well, because we can Stoneforge for Batterskull. Oh, Manamorphose. I mean, that's bad, but at least he's going to either have to kill Chandra. Well, he might just kill us, but we'll see. Also, being on the draw is just brutal for this game. We're just kind of too far behind, I think. And we're dead. Wow. I mean, yeah, when that deck does its thing, it does its thing. He had a very good draw. 2 lands, a bunch of spells, 3 creatures, and we were on the draw. If we were on the play, I think we still might have been able to win that game, actually. This is definitely a rough matchup, though. Alright, I think all we want is triple Obstinate Baloth. I think Magus of the Moon is just straight horrible. I think everything else is good. Could bring in 1 Rest in Peace. Actually, maybe we want like multiple Rest in Pieces. They have Lava Dart and Bedlam Reveler, and especially Reveler is a huge part of their game plan. I wonder if we even want... We can also side out Embercleave. Could also side out Inferno Titan and bring in a 3rd Rest in Peace. I don't want to be flooded on that effect. I think 2 is fine. I don't think I want more than that. Inferno Titan can still win the game, especially if we have a broken draw. Definitely leaving Sword of Fire nice. Pro red. Definitely don't need the Embercleave here though. We just need to like stabilize, especially we can just get Batterskull or something. Alright, snap keep. Gonna go T1 bird, and he's not gonna be expecting this Stoneforge Mystic. This is like what makes the deck like a lot nicer in my opinion. It's like, yeah, this is a bad matchup, but if we go T1 birds and he goes bolt it, then we have a powerful 2-drop. Where before, in the other version, if we go T1 birds and he goes bolt it, then we have like 3 3-drops in hand and we have no good 2-drops in the deck. It just doesn't work. But we're just gonna go forest, bird, pass. I mean, ideally he kills this bird with this hand that we have. Definitely gonna get Batterskull with this Stoneforge. Soulscar Mage, sure. See what our draw step is. Seasoned Pyromancer. Still just gonna play Stoneforge. I think get Batterskull because that forces him. He has to kill it, and we have another Stoneforge. He has to kill this Stoneforge here. I'm probably going to get Sacred Foundry with this Wooded Foothills. We don't have any Blood Moon effects in the deck anymore. I mean, honestly, in this meta with all the Snow decks and Astrolabe decks, Blood Moon's not even that strong. I still think you want like the Magus effect in the deck. It's good against in some matchups still, but it's not what it used to be. Arkham's Astrolabe, just a busted card. Bolt Stoneforge, yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He has to kill it. Next turn, we can play another Stoneforge and get Sword. And then he might have to kill this one too. So this is where we want to be in this matchup. Another Soulscar Mage, that's scary. Might want to even consider just playing Seasoned Pyromancer here. Look at Sacred Foundry. And then untap. Ooh, Glorybringer, that's it. That's a nice one. So I can either play Seasoned Pyromancer or Stoneforge. There's nothing that I really want to discard anyway. I'm just going to play another Stoneforge, get Sword. And then this threatens to put in Batterskull as well. Plus, if he doesn't kill Bird, next turn I can just cast Batterskull. And he's got 3, now 4 cards in hand after drawing. Probably just going to get Stomping Ground with this Wooded Foothills. Probably going to play Batterskull before Glorybringer as well. Kiln Fiend, that's scary. If he doesn't have another land, I can just... Wow. What? He can't have a spell to cast, he's just Gideon for 1. So I'll block one. So I might even just put in sword and kill Kiln Fiend. Putting in sword and equipping seems great to me. You can even leave back a blocker. Yeah, I'll just get Stomping Ground. No. Then untap. Another Seasoned Pyromancer. So this is interesting. I can put in Batterskull and play Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm at 15, and I'll have a blocker back. I think getting in a sword hit while he's tapped out and equipping a bird just seems. Oh no, then I won't have a blocker back. So let's see if he has like land, triple bolt. I get him for 9, 12, 15 exactsies. So if he has land, triple bolt exactly with 3 cards in hand, I lose. And if I Batterskull and he just kills that, I'm in really bad shape too. I think getting the sword in play is worth it. So I'm going to go land, fetch. I have to attack with the bird because I have to use Stoneforge to put it in. I guess alternatively I can tap bird to equip Stoneforge, which actually seems better. Just get forest. Yeah, I'm gonna just cast. We're just gonna cast this and equip Stoneforge because either way, both of my creatures are gonna be tapped. And then this way, I'll have bird for mana next turn. I get to draw a card, kill his Kiln Fiend, hit for 3, and then next turn I get to kill a Soulscar Mage, which is why I took this line, because this is better the more turns I have it in play. So if I don't die next turn, then I think I win the game. I mean, I guess he could have an artifact removal spell, but he didn't see Stoneforge in game 1, so why would he bring that in? Clothis. It's actually a good one as well, but I don't think I'm really going to have time for it this game. Certainly a tight matchup. Another Kiln Fiend? I don't know, Manamorphose. Okay. Are we going to die? From 14. You could have like Bolt here. Land. Swiss Spear. So he must have just drawn that off the Manamorphose. Or I suppose he could have drawn land. But it means we're probably not dead. So we're in a good spot. Kiln Fiend. Alright, well we're taking 5. We get to attack, kill Kiln Fiend, and play a Batterskull, I think. Because then we can start gaining life with Batterskull. Rest in peace. I don't think that matters right now. Let's just draw our card, see what we draw. I guess maybe if I quit Bird, then I could just use Stoneforge to put in Batterskull rather than having to cast it. But I still don't hate my line. Chandra. Just going to cast Batterskull. He's going to have something pretty good to get out of this, I think. Double Stoneforge draw just got there, it seems. But we'll see. If he makes this not able to block or something. Lava Dart. So he might have another bolt, and then I think we're dead. Looks like he does. Or maybe he's just going Dart Flashback because of Soulscar Mage. Because this makes it -1/-1. Oh, he has Lava Spike. That doesn't do it either, because then we go up to 9 and take 6. Oh no, then he has Lava Dart. Yeah, so that does it. Wow. Jeez, that deck is powerful. I mean, this is a bad matchup. because now we're going up to 8. If he darts this, and then taking 8. So if he darts the germ, we die. Yep. Looks like he figured it out. Wow, I can't believe we lost this. I was just like saying how we won already. I wonder if I misplayed by equipping the Stoneforge rather than the bird. No, because I still would have had to attack with bird and tap Stoneforge. So I don't think that mattered. He got us Exacxies there. Wonder if there's anything we could have done. His draws were just like pretty perfect. Unfortunate. Rough loss to a bad matchup in the first round, and I'll see you in round 2. Alright, after that disappointing loss in round 1, we're here for round 2. We're against Mahawi05. I was just thinking about it, and I could have played Seasoned Pyromancer there and activated Stoneforge and not attacked. I don't know if that would have been good enough. It's hard to say, but that might have been the line, because then Seasoned Pyromancer gets a bunch of blockers. But we'll be on the play here. Let's focus on this game here. See, again, usually this deck cannot keep... Usually this deck mulligans a ton. You can't keep hands without a 1-mana accelerant, but this hand I'm going to keep. We have T2 Stoneforge, T3 Seasoned Pyromancer, T4 Chandra. That's a fine curve for this deck. So I'm just going to lead Stomping Ground tapped, and then play Plains, Stoneforge, and that's a pretty decent start. Not sure if the Plains should be in the deck, but I think it's fine. All right, let's see what we're up against. Marsh Flats. Okay, not sure what that could be. It could be some black-white mid-range deck. Could be like Abzan. Just gonna play Stoneforge here. Another Stoneforge, that's fine. I'm gonna get Batterskull, especially since we drew the second Stoneforge. Batterskull. Embercleave might be a little bit more of a win more card, but actually it seems just like decently powerful enough, especially in conjunction with Batterskull. Just get you out of some situations where you need like a big something to win. Okay, I wonder if we're just up against Jund with a Marsh Flats, or this might just be black, red, white mid-range. So we have to discard a card. If we discard a land, we take 3. I don't really care about taking a damage. It's more about like what the proper play is. We're just activating Stoneforge next turn for sure. And then I think we're probably going to be playing Chandra. So I could discard Stoneforge, but I think I just discard Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, I like this, because now we can just put in Batterskull. Oh wow, Magus. Huh. Magus is interesting, because the problem is he also just might be red-black mid-range, in which case Magus is not that great, especially it could still just die to a bolt. So I'm just going to stick to the plan, play Windswept Teeth, and then plan on activating Stoneforge. I might want to Windswept for a basic forest, considering I have this Magus. But I'm just going to pass the turn and try to get a little more information and see what he does. Can put in a Batterskull on turn 3 here, and then slam a Chandra on turn 4. So we still have like powerful plays. That's one thing I was like a little worried about with Stoneforge in this deck. So like instead of going like 1-drop, 3-drop, beat down, beat down, beat down, like you're going Stoneforge. Okay, pass the turn, put something in. It's just like a little bit slower of a game plan, but I still think it's pretty strong. I'm like really excited about this deck. This deck is cool. Opponent seems to be AFK. I'm going to pause for a moment. Alright, after a couple of minutes, our opponent came back, and we'll just pass the turn. if this is just straight red-black, we have quad Rest in Peace for this matchup, which is very, very good. Now if he gets Swamp, it could have been better to play Magus, but I still like our line. Alright, Liliana resolves. Sure. If he wants to plus, doesn't really do anything. Now I get to activate Stoneforge. I'm going to discard this Magus. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'll put this Batterskull in. We also get to bring in Obstinate Baloth in this matchup as well, which is why we have it rather than something like Weather the Storm. Because against these like Croxa Liliana decks, having like Obstinate Baloth is so much better than Weather. Like imagine if we had Obstinate Baloth in our hand here, we just get to put it in and we have like 8 power. It's insane. Here, oh yeah, I thought he made it. I thought for a second I was like, did I discard the wrong card? But no. I'm just gonna get. I wonder if there's any way I want to just get basic. I think there is. I don't need another white source and I don't need another red source. I think it's just better just to get basic, just in case I want to play Magus in the future. Glorybringer, that's actually a good one. Just going to attack Liliana, play a Chandra plus, and hit him for 2 with Chandra. Chandra. Exile, can't cast it. He takes 2, down to 14. And we're in just such a commanding position here. Like if he plays another Liliana killing our Germ, like that's fine. We could just Glorybringer kill Liliana. We have a Chandra to make mana. He's only on 3 mana. We're just looking like in a great spot. Can't Croxa yet. Another Liliana? Sure. If he makes us discard, definitely just discarding Magus. But of course he's going to make us sack the Germ. Now we get to go Glorybringer, attack Liliana, no exert, and then next turn we can equip Batterskull to Glorybringer if he like tries to tap out for anything. I think it's worth it to get that Liliana off the table though. Okay, we drew a land. So I'm going to go Wooded. Probably just fetch basic here. I don't think I need another red source. And now I go plus Chandra, see if there's like a Glorybringer that we want to cast. Or maybe a Bolt. A Stoneforge Mystic. So I could go cast the Stoneforge to get value and then play a Magus of the Moon. That's interesting. I feel like that's worse than just playing Glorybringer, so I'm not going to do it. This way, just like he doesn't get to have Liliana and he has to deal with Glorybringer. See, us just functioning as like a Naya mid-range deck just like makes us good in these types of matchups. Stoneforge is really strong here. Like Stoneforge like basically dealt with 2 Lilianas. And he's at 10. I could also just leave him with the Liliana and attack him for 4. Then he's dead next turn. But I like just killing the Liliana. I think we're just going to crush the long game. We have Batterskull, we have Chandra, we have more gas. So I don't think there's any reason to allow him to get back in it by allowing him to keep his Liliana in play. Like, that would be the nightmare scenario. We go attack him down to 6, and then he goes somehow kill Glorybringer plus Liliana. I don't know, kill Chandra, also like Dreadbore plus, and then it's like, oh shit, now like he has a Liliana on 2, still has some cards in hand, and we don't really have anything. Yeah, I don't want to exert. Probably just bringing in triple Obstinate Baloth. I'm not going to bring in Pillage. Oh no, I'm probably bringing in some number of Rest in Pieces as well. Maybe only like 2 again though. I was about to main 1 Rest in Peace just because I think it's so well positioned right now. I don't hate that. It's good against Bant Control. It's good in like a lot of random matchups. It was even decent against Mono Red Prowess, which is kind of funny just because of Bedouin Reveler and Lava Dart and stuff. So I don't hate like maining like 1 to 2 Rest in Peace. Probably wouldn't want to do more than that just because then if you're against like actual Burn or the Mirror, you have these like Rest in Pieces in your deck. But especially 1, I think it's powerful enough that you may want 1 in the main. Man, our opponent must be double queuing or something. I'm going to pause the recording again here. Wait for him to come back. Looks like he's just, maybe he was just in the tank there. He's casting something. He still cannot cast Kroxa yet. Season Pyromancer is fine. I can just ignore that, and I can even just kill him. I can just go equip Batterskull to Glorybringer, attack for 8 plus Chandra, hit him down to 0. Blood Moon. Yeah, I'm going to just go for the equip here, most likely. I don't think there's a reason really to do anything else. We'll see what I plus off Chandra. Oh, Bolt. Okay. Let's just go plus. Utopia Sprawl? No, I'd rather deal 2 damage. I'll just equip. Equip 5. He has to have like a Terminate or something in order to kill this. He concedes, yeah. Equipping Batterskull to Glorybringer. Not something I can say I've ever done before. So yeah, he's just black-red. He has like probably 4 Unearths, Kroxas, everything. I think I want quad Rest in Peace and 3 Obstinate. We'll side out all the Maguses. Sort of Feast and Famine giving Pro Black is interesting, but I think Pro Red is better. Definitely want these 7 cards and don't want these 4. I think he's going to be killing our guys a fair amount. I don't want Embercleave. This should potentially just not be in the deck. I guess it's good against like other matchups like Control. We haven't even drawn Bloodbright Elf yet. What else do I not want? Inferno Titan's like a big boy, but he's going to be like, I think, disrupting us enough where it might be hard to get to Inferno Titan. That being said, I could also side out a Glorybringer, but I feel like it's hard enough to deal with Glorybringer. I'd rather keep those in. Definitely want Klothys. I guess Klothys is actually a non-bow with Rest in Peace, so I'll go down 1. I'd rather have Rest in Peace than Klothys, I think. This just crushes him. I think we definitely want quad Rest in Peace. So that being said, I guess Klothys is just not very good. Could even side out both Klothys, keep the Inferno Titan. If we have Rest in Peace, which we're probably going to have, Klothys literally doesn't do anything. While it's good, I'm just going to bank on having a Rest in Peace. Just go with the Sideboard plan. I do want the quad Rest in Peace in this matchup. He's black-red mid-range, and Rest in Peace just crushes that deck. So we'll see about the Sideboard plan. He's on the play. His hand is actually not great. But I think I have to keep. Like, we have a Seasoned Pyromancer. Problem is, if our bird dies, we just get, like, fucking wrecked. Just seems a little risky. Like, he can also just thoughtseize our bird or anything. I'm going to mulligan, actually. Just a little too clunky. This looks better. Put back a sword. Just keep all this mana in interaction. And Glorybringer. Gonna lead on Sprawl, Forest Sprawl, name red. Thoughtseize. Would not be surprised for him just to take Glorybringer here and just leave us with mana and Bolt. It's a reasonable position to be in. Inquisition? Has to be Inquisition or Thoughtseize. Yeah. If he had Inquisition, I would have expected him to play that. But with our hand the way it is, I kind of expect him to take Glorybringer here. Yeah. Just gonna, I think, continue with the plan on Sprawl name red, especially with that draw. Pass. Next turn, if we draw a 3-drop, we can't even go Stomping Ground untapped. Play Utopia Sprawl on Forest. Okay, well. Just gonna discard a Bolt here. I want all the mana. Classic Thoughtseize into Crocs to draw. Limit our resources, but we're actually okay. So I have to just go Shock. Sprawl here. I'll name white. I don't think he has any way to kill Forest. I'll Sprawl here. Do I want another green source or another red source? Because if he has like any Blood Moon still in his deck for some reason, putting it here is just straight worse. So I'm going to Sprawl here. I'm just deciding if I'm going to name red, white, or green. Not going to name white. I could even Bolt him to play around additional Croxes and Thoughtseizes and stuff. But I'm not going to do that. He doesn't know our last card, so could easily be a land in his eyes. Triple green or triple red? Not sure. Triple green might have been better. So now any card in the deck that we draw except for Inferno Titan we can cast. This is only our turn 2, and we're up to 5 mana. Utopia Sprawl's a pretty cool card. He's got 4 cards in hand and he's on 2 mana. Any additional Thoughtseizes we don't care about. Liliana is really good. But I'm definitely not going to fire off this Bolt. And our opponent playing pretty slow. They're just like pausing like for multiple minutes in situations like where they're, you know, they can't be making any decisions, like where they're tapped out, which makes me think they're double queuing. Which is always just frustrating to play against. I love playing Magic Online when my opponents play really fast, because generally I play pretty fast as well. But when my opponents are like double queuing and playing really slow, it's just painful. You're just sitting here just waiting. I won't put you all through it. I'll just pause the recording and come back when they do. Looks like our opponent came back after about 5 minutes. Started tapping some mana. Now they're still deciding, it looks like. I'm just Croxa, get our Bolt. Sure. So Glorybringer is probably our best draw. Seasoned Pyromancer is very good. Oh, no, I can't cast it. I want to discard it. Okay. He's got 3 cards in hand and 3 mana to our 5 mana. Oh man, brutal. This is the one card in our deck that we can't cast or play. Like if any non-land card we can cast except for Inferno Titan, and any land we could play. So that was like pretty much our worst possible draw. And God, the way our opponent's playing, like they have to be double queued. They just they just like took their turn, F6, passed, then they went to our turn, and then I took like about a 5-second turn there, drew Inferno Titan, couldn't do anything, F6, passed the turn back, and now they're just in the tank again. They've used like over 15 minutes on their clock to my 7. Just brutal to play here. Plus, that was the worst possible draw. I mean, if you can't discard it and we draw land, it's really good. But yeah, this is probably going to be Liliana. Oh god, that was so brutal drawing that right there. Now we're probably going to draw land next turn. And if we had drawn land into Inferno Titan, we could just cast it. Okay, Bloodbraid Elf. That was a really good draw for us. Because I get to attack Liliana with this. And Rest in Peace. Nice. So that was a great draw for us. Take Liliana down to 1. Get his Croxes out of there. Inferno Titan was a bad draw, and Bloodbraid into Rest in Peace was a great draw. So I guess that's reasonable. Opponent with 3 cards in hand. Is this like a Seasoned Pyromancer? Yeah. Discard his hand. What were the 2 cards? Another Croxa and an Unearth. Yeah, this card is really nice in the matchup. And he didn't plus Lily. Interesting. I don't really want to like trade Bloodbraid for double Elemental or Seasoned Pyromancer. So I'll just play Rest in Peace and pass. It's a problem with having 4, but I think it's powerful enough in this matchup it's worth it. Like his hand there was Unearth and Croxa, which Rest in Peace just wrecks all those cards. I'm just shocked he did not tick up Liliana. It seems like it would have been worth it. He has no lands in hand, so Dark Confidant, okay. And still just not plussing Lily, sure. I think that's great for us. Windswept, that's not good for us though. Probably just get like a... Might just get another Stomping Ground. Might get a Sacred Foundry. I guess I could even just get Temple Garden. Skelemental. Alright. Looks like I'm taking 6 off that. What did you reveal to Bob? Oh, Skelemental take 3? Sure. No attack? Okay. I was like, no attack with anything else? I think I may have to just take 8 here. I'll block Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, just drawing that, drawing the Inferno was just terrible. It's like a 1 out of 50 chance. Now he's plussing Lily. What does he discard? Fatal Push. I'll just get a Temple Garden here. It's looking like we're going to lose this game. I guess if I draw Glorybringer, I can just Glorybringer, like attack Liliana, exert, and then I'm in a good spot. Our opponent has to win game 3 pretty fast just because they've taken so long on this game 2. We won the first one, so we're in a good spot. Plus we have a bunch of Rest in Pieces that I think is really hard for him to deal with. Opponent down to sub 7 minutes here. We draw Bloodbraid. One of the best things we could draw. Into Seasoned Pyromancer, draw 2. We could draw into Stoneforge here. Glorybringer, that's good though. Oh no, fuck. I just played Wooded Foothills, but I just wasn't supposed to because now he can just Liliana discard our Glorybringer. Damn it. That was such a huge mistake. I'll just attack Lily here. Damn it. That was a huge punt. Sorry for that. Hopefully he Lily minuses targeting Seasoned Pyromancer. If he pluses like Skelemental, he's just going to cast that. I guess playing the Wooded Foothills was better against Skelemental. Oh, Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. He discards Chandra plus Unearth. Plays land plus his Lily. Damn it. Yeah, just playing that land was so bad. He has Skelemental in hand to kill us with next turn. Wait. Okay, yeah, I want to fetch here. Do we just have only one Glorybringer left in the deck? I mean, we're able to draw Inferno Titan out of 50 cards, so maybe we can draw the last Glorybringer out of 42 or 41 cards. I wonder if I had not played Wooded Foothills, if he would have played Skelemental to try to get the 2 cards out of our hand. I feel like he would have. I like to think that to make myself feel better about the misplay. Get Stomping Ground here. Then draw land. So are we just dead? If he goes Skelemental, we go block. We take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we're dead. I'll just not play this land. And then he'll just probably go draw card, Liliana plus, and then kill us. I'm sure he has no way to die to this Bob. Seasoned Pyromancer, sure. So we're just dead to Skelemental here. I'll just make him do it. I mean, he doesn't have much time. It's his own fault for taking so long, just double queuing or whatever he's doing. So I'll put the time pressure on him. It's not like my strategy, but, you know, you got to use your clock. And if you're just playing 2 matches at once, then you're using your clock that way. I don't feel bad at all just for making him kill us. We'll just F6 though. So he's got 4 minutes and 52 seconds to win the last round, which is enough time. But if we can fight through his stuff, it might not be enough. Definitely don't want Magus, Pillage. I don't want anything else. I think I want the quad Rest in Peace. He can have like a lot of like Thoughtseize and Inquisitions and stuff. So having the 4 I think is worth it. Even like though we drew 2 there and it was bad, having 1 is huge. Also, these Obstinate Baloths should be pretty nice. Like, if he T2 Croxes and we have Baloth, it's just great. His hand's not very good, but I'll keep it. I just don't like to mulligan in these type of matchups. Just going to lead on Arbor. This makes the most mana with our Sprawl. We can have 4 mana next turn, assuming he doesn't kill Arbor Elf or discard our Utopia Sprawl. Alright, Batterskull down. And draw Chandra or Bloodbraid Elf, please. Oh, Utopia Sprawl down. Interesting. Bird. Okay. Guess I'm fetching Temple Garden. Playing both birds. And then attacking for 1. Unless he has another Thoughtseize, we get to cast this Batterskull. Of course, like now our opponent's playing fast when they're low on time. Croxa? Croxa is totally fine. I would love a Croxa. Oh, Bob. It's a little more scary. Rest in peace. That is actually a good one. So now I want to think about playing around Liliana, but I also want to play around Lightning Skelemental. I have to play Batterskull for sure. And now that the choice is, do I play Stomping Ground or not? If I don't and he goes Liliana, it's obviously better to have the Stomping Ground in hand to discard so we save the Rest in Peace. Because that's huge. But if he Skelementals and we discard these two, it could actually be pretty bad. So I'm just going to... Also, I need to decide, do I want to take 2 off Stomping Ground in order to attack for 1 with Arbor Elf? I think no. Let's just play Batterskull, play Stomping Ground tapped, pass the turn. So we'll see if a turn 3 Batterskull is good enough in this matchup. Blackcleave Cliff, okay. He's at 15. We at least have a Batterskull. Is this a Croxa now? A Braid. That's why I didn't take it. That makes sense. Fatal Push. Alright, well, at least I get to Rest in Peace. Does have Dark Confidant, though. Alright, we're at the mercy at the top of our deck. Just going to fetch now so I can F6. Going to get another Stomping Ground. I'll just get Sacred Foundry. He just has Dark Confidant going here. Fatal Push. Alright, that's terrible for us. Kalitas, Jesus Christ. And he has Fatal Push in hand. We're just going to lose now. That sucks. Felt like this hand wasn't great, but I had to keep it. Croxa. Oh yeah, actually he doesn't get zombies because of Rest in Peace. But we're under so much pressure here. Taking 11 down to 3. Okay. Maybe should have just blocked the Kalitas to not die to Bolt. Brutal. I feel like this matchup's pretty good for us, especially with all of our Rest in Pieces, but draws just didn't pan out that way. He's gotten a bunch of extra cards off Dark Confidant. GG's. Rough start with the deck, and I'll see you in round 3. Alright, round 3 against Kirby92. I recognize this name. I'm not sure what he's going to be on, but let's see if we can turn it around here. Keep this hand. Lead on Forest Arbor. If this Arbor doesn't live, we can't cast Seasoned Pyromancer on T2 regardless. Forest Noble. Interesting. I wonder if we're against some combo. Now do I play... Now I definitely play Stoneforge Bird. Because we also have Batterskull we could put in off this Stoneforge if we want. Could even get Embercleave here. But I'm going to get Sword. That puts so much pressure on him to block Sword. And then we just play bird as well. Next turn we can put in sword equip. Oh, it's infect. Not what I was expecting at all. Okay, so he can protect this Glistener Elf from sword trigger with Pendelhaven or any of his guys. So that being the case, I'm gonna put in Batterskull as a blocker. I also drew this Utopia Sprawl, which makes a ton of mana. So I think I go... My life total doesn't really matter, so I'm going to go Windswept Teeth, get Stomping Ground. We keep drawing this plains naturally, which is interesting. I'm going to get Stomping Ground, pay 2 life, yes. Then I'm going to tap this. I'm going to sprawl this forest named Red. And then I'm going to go red, green, untap it. Oh, with Seasoned Pyromancer, I have to discard 2 cards. I forgot about that fact. Gotta play more with this card to get used to it. Alright, this is fine. Now I can go make 5 mana total, use Stoneforge, put in Batterskull right now, and then cast Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard Sword of Fire and Ice, as weird as that is. I could actually just... I probably took the wrong line here. Because I could also just play Sword of Fire and Ice right here. This was wrong, I think, but I think it's okay. We still have 2 blockers back. If he can, like, give his guy unblockable, there's nothing we could have really done anyway, because equipping Sword doesn't really do anything. He could have just tapped Pendelhaven, protect his guy, any of them. And, I mean, we would have gotten to draw a card, but I think we should have just played Sword and passed. See if he would have attacked. Alright, well, definitely going to block with Batterskull. If he wants to, like, pump his guy, that's fine. I can just equip stuff. Can, like, equip up a bird. Give it vigilance. Start getting in there with sword as well, perhaps. Might have Old Karoza 5/5, sure. And he has to leave up Pendelhaven here. Blighted Agent. He's got 3 cards in hand, so hopefully we don't die. Clothis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Clothis would be a creature, but I don't think that's really that relevant. Let's count our mana. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. But that's only if we tap Bird as well. You can't block this Stoneforge though. I can't block Blighted Agent regardless. So I think, funnily enough, my best play is just equip Batterskull, equip Sword, attack with both, ping him, and draw a card. I don't think playing Seasoned Pyromancer does that much. So let's go. Just going to equip up the Stoneforge with everything. And then hope he can't deal 10 poison with this Blighted Agent, which he very well might be able to do. I wonder if we just need 4 bolts with this deck. I wonder if it's just greedy not to have it. Equip. Gotta start getting in there. Equip. And hit. And there's no reason to ping any of his guys because he can just save it with Pendelhaven. So hitting for 9 here. Draw a card. I guess we need to not die is what we need, but I guess Embercleave would be pretty fucking sick. I guess this creature also has pro red, so that does not work with Embercleave. Alright, can't do anything. Pass. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4. So if he has +6/+6, which is a +4/+4 and a +2/+2 is he's pretty likely to have, we die. Blossoming Defense plus what? +4/+4? That'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He didn't use Pendelhaven. Oh, scale up. So that's 10. It's game. This matchup should be decent for us. Problem is we only have the 2 bolts rather than the 4. That's huge. Maybe I just don't sideboard. Just try to race him with like an Embercleave. Man. Could bring in Boil or Choke. Magus might just do a better job. Oops. Get back in there, Magus. Don't really want to side out Glorybringer or Inferno Titan. Season Pyromancer makes blockers. Klothys is a little slow. Maybe go like Klothys, Season Pyromancer, bring in 1 Choke, 1 Boil. Just to have some hate. A lot of his draws he puts islands into play, so sure. Could have just done double choke as well. Sure, I'll keep this hand. Gonna lead Stomping Ground into Sprawl named Red. Wonder if we're just discarding the Stoneforge this game to be a little bit faster, make a bunch of guys, and then Embercleave. Because we can T2 Season Pyromancer, T3 Embercleave. Seems decent to me. If we Stoneforge, like, that's just such a slow plan. Yeah, I originally had a couple extra removal spells on the side, but I took them out. And of course, we end up in the O2 bracket against Infect. I can only make 1 extra guy. That being said, I can still Embercleave next turn. Hit for a lot. So if I attack with 2 creatures, Embercleave costs 4, so that's fine. So I guess I'm going Windswept, get a basic forest. I think discarding Stoneforge is correct here. Play Season Pyromancer, discard Temple Garden Stoneforge. And I draw 2, make a guy. Ooh, this Magus might be good. Next turn we might just be... Oh, yeah. I think I'm just playing Magus next turn. Just leave him with only 1 colored source. Yeah, for sure. We even have this Plains. We lose this Utopia Sprawl, but it's worthwhile. Take him off of a bunch of mana. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to play Arbor Elf, then play Magus. When we played this Utopia Sprawl, we didn't actually have the Windswept Heath to get basic forest yet, so there's nothing I could do about that. Draw a card, yep. It's to be expected. I could attack for 2 here. Could also attack for 3. I don't really want to have to block Glistener Elf with Magus of the Moon, though. Oh, Force of... He's Force of Vigoring right now on the Utopia Sprawl. That just... I mean, this was literally going to fall off due to the Magus anyway. He must be thinking I'm going to untap this or something. I don't understand. Discard Vines of Acid. That was literally going to die if this resolved. You can only have 1 pump spell. I think I'm just going to attack with Just Season Pyromancer. And then I'll block his Glistener Elf with Elemental. This was bad, I guess. Because he gets exalted. But at least this puts some pressure on him. That was definitely wrong. Wow. The Force of Vigor discarding Vines. Why would he do that? To get another card into his graveyard? But we have like Embercleave. Okay, it can't be blocked. That's probably the only spell he can cast this turn. We cannot Embercleave yet. Any land, and we should be able to though. I guess Basic Forest does not allow us to Embercleave. We got hit for 3 there. Oh, Basic Forest, come on. So brutal. This costs red, and we cannot untap Stomping Ground with Arbor Elf. So if he has a +4/+4, we're dead. I mean, I guess Embercleaving wouldn't change that much necessarily. He's going to rebound this Distortion Strike, so I might as well just send. And now if we draw a red source, we can hit for some serious damage, but I mean, he probably has a +4/+4 effect, and he's just going to kill us. Let's see. I guess he only has to have like Might of Old Corrosa or Scale Up. Yep. Man. Brutal 0-3 start to this league. Could we have killed him next turn? Equip. Hit for 6. GG's. Hit for 6 plus another 6. Yeah, we could have killed him next turn. We just weren't quite fast enough. I guess I'll just see if we can 2-3 this, turn it around. I'll see you in round 4. Alright, 0-3. Round 4 here. We're against Drew, 64-7A. 6-4-7A. And yeah, typically like I can't remember the last time I 0-3'd a league, to be honest. I don't think this deck is bad. I think we've gotten pretty unlucky. I might have not played perfectly, but like we may have been able to win that first game if I cast Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm not sure, but I think we've just been getting pretty unlucky and losing some close games. I'll keep the sand. It's not great. It's not the worst. 0-3 bracket here. Let's see what we can do. Looks like we're against Jund, which I think is a favorable matchup for this deck. Inquisition. He's probably going to take Sprawl, and then we're going to Bird, and then he'll kill our Bird. It's my guess. Is how this game will play out. He also might just take Stoneforge or Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, Sprawl. Let's see what we draw. Windswept. Alright, I was going to say I'm going to Wooded for Temple Garden just to be safe to make sure I can Stoneforge. But now I'm going to Wooded for Stomping Ground because I can Windswept for a white source for Stoneforge. So I'm going to get Stomping Ground, pay 2 life, cast Bird, and we'll see if our Bird lives. I haven't been liking Seasoned Pyromancer that much. I might be inclined to try Rebel Master again just because a lot of these times where I'm like discarding cards to Seasoned Pyromancer, like I don't want to discard these good cards in my hand. Like I don't want to T2 this. Maybe it's just the way these draws have worked out, but yeah, Dismember, sure. I just haven't been wanting to T2 this Pyromancer at all. Gonna Stoneforge here. I'll just get basic. Yeah, I'll get basic, especially because I have this Wooded Foothills. I'll just get plains. I wonder if I want to get Batterskull or Sword. I think I want to get Batterskull. Well, most likely he's going to play a Liliana next turn. Kill our Stoneforge. Is it better to have Sword? And I might discard one of them whatever I get to Seasoned Pyromancer. So maybe I get Embercleave for that reason. Just going to get Batterskull. I think that's just the play, is if he doesn't have like a way to interact, I just get to put in Batterskull. It's just too good to pass up. Alright, no Liliana. Maelstrom Pulse. Sure. Magus of the Moon. It's interesting because like he's gonna have one green source, but he's not gonna have any black sources. So I'm just gonna get Forest and then play Magus here. O3 bracket, huh? Really cannot remember the last time I O3'd, and I was like about to just restart and play another league, but I was like, oh, I'll play it out. See if we can get 50 ticks out of this. Magus. Could easily have a Bolt or something for this. If we draw a land, we just get to Bloodbraid Elf. Now he's got no black sources. A lot of cards in that deck are black. Alright, Goyf. Can definitely deal with a Goyf. Bloodbraid. Oh man. Did I just punt again? Pretty embarrassing here. Because I only have one red source. Wow. But the thing is, if I didn't get this, then I really did want to play Magus, and if I didn't get this, then I don't have any green sources. So I'm not even sure if that was a punt. I'm just going to get hit for 5. Leave up Bolt here. We just need to draw any land, and we're in a good spot. So if I had gotten sword, I could have at least just played sword this turn, taken 5, and then maybe next turn equip sword, draw an extra card. Do not think I want to just bolt him. Maybe I do, because he's at 15. He might not be able to cast spells. I'm going to go for it. Because if I draw a land, I just want to be casting Blood Raid off. So I'm not going to have time to bolt. So I think I do just want to bolt him. Maybe we can Blood Raid off into Season Pyromancer here. Magus. God damn it. I'm going to play Magus and attack. And I'm going to go down to 5 here. Not being able to cast this Season Pyromancer just really costing me. If he has double bolt, we lose, but yeah, these draws are just not panning out. I'm not going to block. I think if he had bolt, he would have bolted one of our Maguses there. Okay. Forest, we can Bloodbraid Elf. Cascade into Arbor. Sure. Now the question is, how much do I want to attack with? And I think the answer is just Bloodbraid Elf plus Magus. I could also just attack with Bloodbraid. But I think this is safe enough. I think he just has black cards in hand. If he has 2 removal spells, we die. But he has to have 2 non-bolt removal spells that are not black. I don't see the chance of that being that high. Probably just going to block Goyf with Arbor Elf here if he attacks. Alright, no attack from his Goyf, and now we should just be able to kill him. Forest. Alright, just cast Blood Raid. Season Pyromancer. Sweet. Guess I just make tokens. I don't need to cast Batterskull this game. There's a bolt that I can't cast. And then I just attack with all now, because I have plenty of blockers. This should do it. Yep, got him. Alright, we have some good sideboard for the matchup as well. Bunch of obstinates. Don't think I want pillage. I think this is definitely want rest in peace. Don't know if I want 4. Is good against what they're doing. Magus of the Moon seems pretty good too. It's kind of awkward because Clothis I think is good as well. Maybe I just go like 2 rest in peace and keep in the Clothis. Inferno Titan does seem a little hard to get to, a little awkward. Oh, definitely want Sword of Feast and Famine. I think I'm going to be getting that over Fire and Ice pretty much every time. I have to cut a bunch more cards here. Cut a couple Season Pyromancers. Want more rest in pieces? I mean, these obstinates are 4 drops, but we're also planning to put them in when they make us discard. Maybe I just take out Seasoned Pyromancer entirely. Oh, definitely taking out Embercleave. That's easy. Glorybringer seems great in this matchup. Seasoned Pyromancer seems fine as well. Maybe Magus isn't good enough? Because he also might just play around Magus. It can get him, but Seasoned Pyromancer actually does seem pretty good. Especially if he's like wrecking our hand. We definitely want this. Rest in Peace seems great. Yeah, this looks like a good configuration to me. I'll try it like this. Alright, game 2. Gonna keep this hand for sure. Looks like our opponent kept 7 as well. Yeah, this hand is great. Just gonna lead on Sprawl Name Red. Sword is a good card, but it can get like thoughtseized or taken out of our hand here. But Sword can be really, really good in this matchup. See, this is a Croxa. Not sure what I'm discarding to that. I guess just Bird. I guess Bird. Probably going like... Oh, Stoneforge Mystic. Wow. I was going to say I'm probably going to play Seasoned Pyromancer here, but now... Now I'm actually going to go sack Windswept, get Sacred Foundry, alright, get Sacred Foundry. Would you like to pay 2 life? Yes. Then go add white, red, green. Gonna play Stoneforge, leaving up green. I'm going to get Batterskull. And then I'm going to Utopia Sprawl this. Name green. Pass the turn. If he trophies our land, that's obviously bad for us, but then we can still just put in Batterskull or cast like Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't think he can really do that. He could kill Stoneforge. Maelstrom pulls both Utopia Sprawls. Yeah, it's annoying, for sure. Bolt. Alright, I'm just going to pass and put in Batterskull. Now we just need to draw lands. And if we don't, we can just keep putting in equipment. The Bloodbraid Elf. Looks like it. Yep. I was just thinking no Liliana one time. But this is actually pretty beatable because he's going to make us sack. We're going to put in Batterskull. And then I get to go bolt his Bloodbraid, kill his Liliana. If he pluses Liliana, that's really good for us. Then we just get to keep Stoneforge around, which actually is certainly relevant. Having this bolt is nice. I think I might cut one. Each player discards a card. Sure. Guess I'm just discarding Bloodbraid Elf here. I'm just kind of far away from doing that. He discards a land. And then I'm putting in Batterskull. Yeah, the fact that we drew the bolt and we have removal for the Bloodbraid is huge. If I put in sword, equip, attack him, he discards a card. I untap 2 lands. It's just not nearly as good. Now we're just going to bolt Bloodbraid. This can actually get us another white source. Can't get us another red source, but it'll allow us to put in sword here. So we just go bolt, kill Lily, attack for 1. Or no, don't attack, because I'm going to put in sword. Attack Liliana. Stoneforge is really good. I think this deck is fine. I'm just surprised that we 0-3'd. Again, I may have not played that great, but I think this deck is fine. Let's see what he has here. Croxa. Okay, just going to discard Pyromancer. Definitely rather put in Sword of Feast and Famine. Goyf. Well, yeah, this is going to just wreck here. And this is where having both duels really comes into play. Sword of Feast and Famine plus Batterskull is just going to be too much to handle. I do not think he can beat this. You can just equip and then leave 3 mana up to bounce Batterskull in case he can somehow Maelstrom Pulse the Batterskull or something. But he can't even block with Goyf here. Just get to untap my lands and pass the turn. Yeah, next turn I can Season Pyro. I can in response to the trigger float mana and then Season Pyromancer make 2 1/1s. But I don't even know if that's as good as just leaving out Batterskull activation. We have a 6/6 pro black, pro green, lifelink, vigilance. Bloodbraid? Oh no, this is a Croxa. I don't think that's going to do it either. It's 100% the Croxa. We discard Glorybringer. And then he has to find some answer to this. So we're going up to 30. Probably will, depending on what we draw, most likely will activate the Season Pyromancer here. Arbor Elf. Alright, I'll play it. I can still activate Season Pyromancer. Hit, and he's just dead next turn, so he has to find an answer to this before that. Then I respond by floating red, green. And he discards a card. Oh no, I need to... Okay, this is fine. Then I just Season Pyromancer. And pass. This could have been worse than just leaving up Batterskull activation. But even if he kills Batterskull now, we're still going to just be able to kill him with Sword of Feast and Famine. So I think this is fine. Another thing I wanted to try was just having a second Batterskull on the sideboard, but I'm not sure that's necessary either. Alright, we finally got a match win. Got the 1-3. I'll see you in round 5. Alright, round 5 here. We're against Holmesy, 88. We got a sketchy hand. We're on the draw. If this bird gets thoughtseized or pushed or anything, we just don't function. If we draw like a fetch land, this hand is decent. He snap capped. I think I'm just gonna mulligan, try to get a better, safer hand. I'll keep this. Suppose put back Temple Garden here. Could put back one of the Clothises. It's worse against discard though. It's worse against discard and counter spells. I think just being able to have a Clothis is so much more important. I'm gonna get greedy. Go with this. We're on the draw too. We'll draw land. Oh, he just passed his turn. Well, and we drew land. So yeah, he just said fuck in the chat. Let's I mean that sucks. We just get to draw a card on the first turn of the game. That's huge. And he had Inquisition. So I'm glad we kept the double Clothis and he just snapped off Magus, I guess. I guess that makes sense. But now we just get to resolve Clothis. Do I just get basic Mountain here? I mean, I think so. I don't see why not. Yeah, misclick is unfortunate there. Gotta be really careful on Magic Online. I mean, I misclick all the time. It happens. I'm better about not passing my first turn though. Yeah, T2 Clothis it's gonna be rough. I mean, it's gonna be draining for 2 every turn or adding us mana. Our choice. This card is good. Looks like we're probably up against Death Shadow is my guess, but it could just be like blue black Urza. Fatal Push the Elf, sure. Just get this Fatal Push out of there. Sword of Fire, nice. Just gonna jam that. Probably not what he was expecting, but oh, bug. This might just be Buggeroo then. Inquisition, take rather Clothis, sure. Dark Confidant, okay. Bloodbraid Elf, that was like the best draw we could have had. I'll just keep getting cards out of his graveyard. I'm gonna get Sacred Foundry here. Gives us another red source and a white source. Yes. I almost clicked no. See, I almost just misclicked as well. Season Pyromancer? Sure. Draw 2. That's where this card's really good. He's in a lot of trouble here. I mean, this Clothis is almost active as well. One more pip and that's active. Creeping Tar Pit. So it looks like we're just up against bug control. He missed his first turn this game though, so it's feeling pretty one-sided. I say that, we're probably just going to die. But again, any permanent and this gets turned on, plus we can equip Sword. Inferno Titan. Yeah. No reason to make mana, just can continue to drain here. I can just get Stomping Ground, cast Inferno Titan, turn on Clothis. So I can go, actually, this is a pretty insane play. I can go kill, oh my god, I have 5 fucking mana. Wow, that's embarrassing. I could have added mana with Clothis. Wow, see, that was just a punt. It wasn't even a misclick. I don't know why I was thinking I had 6 mana. Now I just can't do anything this turn. I mean, we're probably still going to win, but that is sad. I was going to say I could do a sick play Inferno Titan, deal 1 to Dark Confidant, 2 to Goyf, and hit with Clothis. I could even have done 3 to Goyf, and then hit with like Bloodbraid also, but yeah, that was just a huge punt. Sorry for that. This is just insane. Just pretty much how this league's going. I mean, he's still going to have to like answer Clothis. We can cast Inferno Titan off Clothis next turn. I could have just exiled one of our lands and cast Clothis, but I didn't. Uro, sure, he goes up to 10. We can exile his Uro with Clothis, but I don't know if I need to. Wow, shocking. Playing another Goyf. Fatal push the Bloodbraid Elf. Sure. Now Clothis doesn't get turned on. Hitting for 5, I'll take it. Now I actually want to, okay, now I don't need to add mana. So now I exile Uro. Do I just kill him here? I go Inferno Titan. Bad plays, bad misclicks all around. So suppose I just do this. Put him dead to Clothis. Definitely should have been dead definitely should have been dead this turn if I had just cast Inferno Titan last turn, but luckily didn't get punished. Our opponent got super punished for missing that first turn. That was massive. Sort of Feast and Famine seems like where I want to be over Fire and Ice. I could see him having discard for these Baloths, but it's not as much as Jund. Also, like, Chokes and Boils could be fine as well. He may have a fair amount of removal for these Maguses. And we can just really hate on his mana. Bring in a couple of Rest in Pieces too. I don't think I want Pillage actually. I'll just bring in 1 Choke and 1 Boil. I don't think he's bound to have that many islands, but we can still get him. Take out Embercleave. I mean, he should know we're going to have Magus, right? Might be hard to get to Inferno Titan. Could just take out a bird in this matchup. Fine with that. Oh wait, I just playing so bad right now. It happens to all of us. Let's see if I can fix this before I just submitted 61 cards. Hey, it's just one of those type of nights. You just gotta bear with me here. I'll keep the sand. Oh man. Sometimes on these nights when you're really not playing well like this, it's better just to be like, okay, I'm not playing well. I'm just gonna, put Magic down for tonight. After I finish this league, I'm just gonna stop playing, and I'll just pick it back up tomorrow. It certainly happens. Just play Wooded Foothills and pass. Gonna get Sacred Foundry. Play a T2 Stoneforge. But yeah, when I'm really not playing well like this, I just like to take a step back, not overthink it, and come back tomorrow with a fresh look at the game. Play better then. Tried to even fetch, misclicked. Gonna get Sacred Foundry here. Stoneforge is probably gonna get countered. Forest, play Stoneforge. Wow, it resolved. I think I'm gonna get Sword. Yeah. I think Sword's really good in this matchup. Push? Sure. It's also why I got Sword. Probably just play another Stoneforge next turn. Get Batterskull. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna just play Stoneforge, play Wooded Foothills. Mana Leak? Sure. Just leave up Wooded Foothills. Gonna plan on getting Stomping Ground. I guess I can, yeah. Might as well get Stomping Ground. Questing Beast. That's good. Might be able to beat that with Sword of Feast and Famine though. Or just Glorybringer it. Fetch, get Stomping Ground, and then play Bloodbraid Elf. Boil. It's tempting just to boil 2 of his islands while he's tapped out. Then I get hit down to 10. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, I don't have to target him. I just get to destroy all islands. Leave him with a Questing Beast. If he has a Jace or something, it's just so good to just take him off that. But of course he has Goyf. Can still Season Pyromancer into Glorybringer here, so. Or just Bloodbraid Elf. It is kind of tempting to Season Pyromancer. Just to try to make sure I hit land drops. Because I could Season Pyromancer. Just gonna Bloodbraid. Rest in peace. It's actually really good. Takes Goyf down to a 0-1. Then we can just take 4 off Questing Beast. And we don't necessarily get to play Glorybringer next turn, but that was still a nice hit. He gets a blue source. He's on 3 mana now. 1 card in hand. Arrows don't do anything. More Goyfs don't do anything. We go down to 6. We're in a good spot now, though. Bloodbraid Elfline was a little greedy, but I like to take greedy lines. And now I'm just going to Glorybringer. Guess I'm just going to get basic to save life. He could have a counterspell, but if not, then he's just out of the game. Could attack with Bloodbraid as well. Do I need to hit him? No, I'm going to attack and exert and just leave Bloodbraid back. I think that's safer. Because if he goes like end of turn, removal spell on Rest in Peace, kill Bloodbraid Elf, attack for a bunch, and then like I might just be dead. But this way, I think I'm just going to win the game. Next turn I can go Sword and Feast and Famine equip, and then just like, yeah, doesn't matter. The Bloodbraid Elf into Rest in Peace was enough there. Alright, that was a rough start to that league. I played horribly overall, I think, but I hope you enjoyed the content regardless. I'll play better next time. Everybody has these bad days, and I really hope you enjoyed. I think the deck is good. Definitely going to be testing it some more. And until next time, thank you so much. This is youtube.com/snapbolt.